I want to go over there so bad. I can't even tell you. So it's just in the makings now. By the way, you guys, I don't think the camping trip's going to work out. I think I would jump the gun a little bit on that. Just because it's just not, you know, if I wanted to do it for a living all year round, I could do it. But if I want to do it one time, look at the X I just saw as I was talking. You know, if anything, I'm sure that, look at that, that everything would go great. I'm almost 100%. But if it didn't, you know, what if someone disappeared? What if someone got hurt? What if, so these are questions that I've been asking myself, and, you know, unless, you know, it's just a bunch of friends camping out, I don't know how else we can do it legally. So we'll have to, but I am discussing with Callie and Chad Kidder of just literally going up there. It's very hard access at the beginning, but once you get up and over, especially this way and over this way, I mean, look at the top, look at the ridges beyond. We can walk, you know, 10 miles straight back on an overnight. And I believe that's where, look, this stuff is great that I'm showing you guys, some amazing stuff, right? But go 10 miles. You know, I'm talking when you get to a spot where literally on a 360 circumference, you have to walk 10 miles just to get to a logging trail even. That's where the real magic's happening. That's where, I don't know where, but I just know, you have to trust me. Because when I do it, I'm gonna show, I already know, it's crazy. I already know. Okay, so I'm heading way in today. Let me put the camera back on in a minute. All right, so what I'm doing is, before I go, let me see how much time this takes. I could be in here all day. But I want to, oh, there's a deer. I knew I heard something. That just freaked me out, you guys. I saw fur, everything. He's doing something. Someone tells me they swears these things morph into deer. The mule deer are the only animals you really ever see on their structures. I think that they don't eat them. So anyway, I don't know if you can see them, but there was at least two deer. This is all changing, you guys. I don't know how many videos I've done in here. This is one of my main Holy Cross places. So I got this new wallow here. I'm not even gonna waste my time or yours on the simple wallows, but it's new, which is cool. I'm also seeing lots of disturbed areas. Me and Callie and Dan did a video in here in the wintertime. We didn't get very far because it was so deep and Dan was having trouble. But we were right here, and I was like, you guys, you gotta see the ground here. Look, here's more of the burnt stuff. I'm not even convinced that's from a fire. Oh man, I might be in here all day. Look at this. This is, I mean, man, I don't recognize this. I don't recognize Bigfoot universe. I'll do my best to really keep this camera. Look at this little wallow. Brand new. Oh man, do I feel it in here. It was weird. As soon as I got on this wallow, I started getting goosebumps. Wow. Okay, so I have a feeling. I think I was bragging last year. I'm like, this deadfall will be structures, because especially here, I see how they lay them out. They look like a Lego. It's like one of those $5 Lego sets you buy that only makes a certain thing. They lay that out. It's over there, and I'll bet you there were so many of them laid out. I bet you when I get to that end later, it'll be all new. Oh yeah. Look at this. You guys, this is the best perches I've ever seen in my life. Look how disturbed they are. There's one there. There's one there, one there. I mean, this is dug in, disturbed. Oh yeah, I got a footprint right there. See it? Hey you guys, I love your new stuff. It's awesome. This place is so awesome. I have never seen such blatant trampling in my life than I have here. It's they're literally dug in. How exciting is that? Look at that. Man, I hope that's coming coming out on camera. But that is Doug. How exciting is that? I tell you, when you see them, or when you get like just blatant footprints, forget about these gorgeous structures, like, you know, because you see so many of them. But when you get the real stuff like this, you know, this isn't deer, you guys. This is not an animal. If there was, you would see hoof prints. You would see where they were. You know, these areas are fluffed. You know, they get up and they go. Whoosh. I think it's something they do without even thinking about it. Like, even if they were just sitting here now, which looks like it's very possible. You know, they knew I was coming in. Boom, fluff and turn invisible. Whatever you got to do. They hate that I use this camera. If I was just walking nearby on my own, think about where I'd be by now with these guys. I think it would be a lot further. Okay, so initially I'm just seeing a lot of this, you know, like new stuff. I'm not seeing any like beautiful erected structures yet, but I'm seeing all their blockage and hangouts. Man, that was incredible over there. That was incredible to see those 3 dugout perches that were, I swear to God to you guys, that were being used like a couple minutes before I got here. You can tell because, I think I did it the other day, when you go like this, you know, it makes it darker. It's kind of wet. Oh, I'm just going to have to sit in here today. I can't tell you the excitement I woke up with today about coming here. I was like, I couldn't wait to go. I love when these guys come with me, but there's something I accomplish alone that I can't really explain. I just get further. I can push. There's no time restrictions. I can, you know, push it to the max, basically. I'll stay out. I'll be in these woods for 14 hours today without food. If that's what it takes. Let's see what happens. I did want to go to another spot, but I'm seeing some unbelievable activity in here. I mean, really, really good. The crazy thing is, I don't recognize any of it. I recognize this. Look at this bend. Because I kind of consider this the entrance, even though they have lots of perches out in front of it. You walk through that arch. This incredible, beautiful arch. Look, there's like nothing there. Come in here, then you got exits and all the structures and stuff starts. That was exciting to see those perches, you guys. That is so exciting. Thank God the rest of the world doesn't know, you know, because if they knew, if everybody knew for a fact, they're like, oh my God, this would all be over. These guys would move deep. You know, if people from the Bronx were coming in here going, yo, Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Bunch of idiots drinking beers and stuff, screaming and yelling. You know, that would just destroy everything that is going on here. So in a sense, it's good. But if people really knew what I had, you know, literally Bigfoot's right here. Sometimes I have to remind myself, like punch myself in the side of the head. Like, is it real? Do you really see Bigfoots? Do you really film all this stuff? Because it's that crazy. It's that unbelievable, you guys. This is real. Oh man, I am so into like I have no idea which way to go. It's starting to get good this way. See, you're starting to see the ground stuff. You know, X there with some weird thing. There's 3 perches out front that were just used today. It was just, see, I've been seeing a lot of this where it was like done last year. But when you see it where they were there, 3 of them, at least minutes before, or not, maybe seconds before you got there, that's an incredible thing. I've never pushed straight up here. There's a transition. Don't worry, we're going to get to the structures. There's a transition at the top that you can, a couple hundred more yards, all of a sudden it just ends, and there's absolutely nothing. And I've never pushed up through that transition up to the mountains above, which to me have to be really good. We're always saying, I'm always saying, no, they're up. And they are, but they're also down as well. I don't know. I can't quite figure it out. You know, and I'm like, oh, perch here, perch there, and there always is, but that might just be a perch for this area. You know, it doesn't mean this area is watching out for the area like that's a mile above. I just don't know. I'd have to do some sitting down today and some zooming. Dan's like, just sit down, shut up for an hour. So I'll try. I'm not going to do that till I get the right spot. I'm not getting to any of the real structures yet. I don't see them. All right, give me a minute. All right, so I took the camera off. I took my backpack off. I got my peanut butter. Dan's like, bring peanut butter today. They love peanut butter, so I'm bringing peanut butter today. This probably happened by accident, but it was so coincidental it scared the heck out of me. So I'm back there, right? Somewhere over there. I take my back. You guys, no camera. Just say hello to me if you can. I'm not, no film, nothing. I miss you. I love you guys, all this stuff. And I'm like, can you just give me a sign? And I'm looking, say I'm facing this way. All of a sudden behind me, da-doom. And my camera was leaning against a tree and it just fell. Now it does it by itself all the time. I do it, my camera just falls. But it happened as I asked them, and it scared me. So I don't know if one just took his finger and was like, but I'm going to go ahead and say no, but I'm just going to say there is a possibility that just happened. Let me just walk way through here. Every time you come in here, every time, something else is happening or going on. Look at the X. Look at that bend. They love these giant bends here, which tells me that there's big boys. You can scale. I mean, it's as simple as that. I go into these little places, these little tiny structures, and then I go into these places like this where they just clearly need to show you that he's a badass. I mean, there's no doubt about it. X is on the ground. Look at that. Look, they're so here staring at me. I know when they do their thing. As soon as they get into their defensive or whatever they do, they're watching stances. Every bird, every animal in the forest just disappears and it becomes quiet. I don't know if it's something that the other animals know as like to be quiet, or they just know something's going on or whatever. I get whistlers in here just like Bigfoot Universe, but they're way down. I go to this other spot. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. That's I'm going to say about a mile that way. And down here about 500 yards, it just stops, and there's just regular woods, and you have to walk all the way through. And then somewhere in between there, you get these whistlers. It seems like up here, they just sit on these structures, but they also have like these outside. They're like right outside where they hang. And when you get the whistlers, I don't know, you guys. I'm starting to wonder if that's even the Sasquatch. I think it's those half man, half. I think what some people call dogmen, and I think people have a huge misunderstanding of what they actually are. Those are not dogmen. Those are actually what I believe to be about the closest thing to a half a human, half a Sasquatch. And they're the ones I believe that are. Look at that. Look, that's pretty amazing. You see this thing? It's an X and a bend. And this thing's literally just wedged in between. That's amazing. I'm starting to get some good stuff here. I see something and then I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, look at this. Whew. That poor tree's just been walked all over. Those 3 perches coming up, man. Oh my God. We were seeing them the other day with footprints in them. But those, I can't help to wonder if they're younger. Some of the sentinels are younger. It seems like they just sit there and play like they're in a sandbox. That's what it looked like. I get so confused, like what to do. I know I need to sit down, but I have a feeling that X might be a great place to do it. Look at this thing, you guys. Look at this. Look at that X. I'm also certain, if you guys see me, like, what is he doing? I'm also trying to, in good spots where the sun's not in my lens, my screen, where I can just kind of use the camera to look, not my eyes. which is much harder. But like I said, you know, like you guys know, they seem to come up on the camera, whatever technique they use. Let's just say it's light bending, right? Which is, you know, it's actually very simple. You know, we hear invisible, we're like, no way, nope, not possible. It's like, why isn't it? Because you just don't know. You know, it's like some of these things are just so easy. We just haven't figured it out yet. You know, there's a lot of things in life, you know, that if this world actually lasts, that we're going to get to see like that. I personally take a look around at all the people in this world and how badly they're messing up and how terrible some of these people are. I'm talking about, you know, yeah, politics and stuff, but also just regular people that have just destroyed this earth. And no one cares because they, you know, like, who cares? It'll be fine while we're here. You know, but I care. You know, it's like, and I'm like I said, I just care. I care for. There's so many things to care about in this world, and these guys are one of them. I mean, I love these guys. I get mad at them sometimes. By the way, I'll yell at them a little bit. I'm like, you guys, are you kidding? Like, I've been here for 50 hours, and you're not saying hello. You know, and then they'll give me like something, like a bang, or you know. I just want one to walk right over to me right now. That's all. I'll do it right on video. I told him, I was like, come over and kill me if you have to. Just come over. I just want to see you. Ooh, that's interesting. What's that? Look at that star. Okay, that's definitely new. I've been in here before. There's no way that's been here. I'm going to say that's been new since I was here last year. I'll tell you, based on the other place I went to, other places I've been here, you see tons of activity, but not tons of new structures yet. Some stuff, or maybe they're new and I'm not noticing they're new. Oh, maybe this is new. Let's see. Gotta find a good place. I'm still carrying this peanut butter. I want to make sure it's in a good spot. I might not ever check it again, but I have a feeling they're going to find, because nothing's going to, unless it's a bear, is going to get through that. Look at this. This is pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's a footprint right there. It's going the opposite way of my foot, but it's right there, and it's coming right out of here. This might be a good place to sit down. What do you think? I don't know, maybe this, I don't recognize this. Maybe one of you will, I'm not sure. I see thousands of structures. So certainly I'll recognize ones that are part of their language. And even when it's a little off a bit, like I know what they're trying to say. Even though I don't know what the definition is, I can see the structure, you know, and it's part of their language. I've actually been learning their language without even trying. If it makes sense, I just don't know what it means. So it's like seeing the alphabet, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but you know it's their alphabet, but you just don't know how to spell dad, you know? It's the same type of thing. It's really coming into focus for me. Oh, wow. I hope the camera got that one. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't trees. And it was down there. It was like sounded like a giant pterodactyl screaming. I just don't go crazy anymore. Look at that. Unless it's going to happen right here. That's actually pretty amazing right there. I didn't even bring my cell phone? Oh man. Okay, I don't have a cell phone on me. Great. I think I forgot it in my truck. I hope I forgot it and didn't lose it. That would suck. 2-year contract on that son of a bitch. Alright. The pictures come out much nicer on the... Like I can take a picture right now and I'm going to do that. But at the cell, they come out like really pretty. Oh yeah, there's a big one here. I'm going to leave I don't remember any of this. I really don't. Oh yeah, here. Okay, so here's a great spot. Look, I don't know why they make these spots. You know, that's one of the mysteries to me. They spend a lot of time right there. Now, if you're 3,000, 5,000, 6,000 years old, hypothetically, right? Some people think they lived to 50. You know, it's just like, where'd you come up with that one? And trust me on this one, these guys live longer than 50. There'd be graves all over the place. These guys are the ancient ones, you guys. These guys are special. It's beyond your thinking. So if you're disagreeing with me, just do your homework, because... So what I'm saying is, you're alive for 3,000 years, sitting here for a week, a couple weeks, that's like, you know, brushing your teeth. I mean, it's not a big deal if you're living for 3,000 years. Another one right there. This has been cleaned off like today. See how it's like brushed away? It almost looks like the front of his toes there, like we're like kicking. So I'm gonna leave this right there. It's kind of weird, but why not? They'll find it. Now it's a little unusual. You can see there's a whole bunch of them in here. A little unusual that there just happens to be almost an identical totem pole here, almost identical as the one in Bigfoot Universe. Which tells me, yeah, it could have been from a forest, but they care about it. They do everything around it. You can tell they've been here for a long time doing this stuff. I'm thinking about, I don't know what I'm thinking. If here's where I want to do my hour, I want to go to a new place that I know of. Look at the unusual amount of pine cones right here, with no squirrels above. A lot of pine cones. You know, the aftermath of eating pine cones. All right, so you know what? Let's do a couple. Zooms over here. Running a long clip, I don't know why. Just in case, because I'm hearing sounds in the distance. I know I hear them, and I'm just hoping that something comes out closer. Definitely keeping their distance today, I don't know why. They know me here. This isn't like Bigfoot Universe, but they clearly know me. I've gotten so many timestamps out of these guys here. All right, let me shut the camera off so it could be a different clip, and then do some zooms. Zoom back exactly where I just walked. These guys, I'll tell you, if you're female in here, they give you attention the second you walk in. They were all over Jen the second she came in. It was crazy. She just starts walking away by herself. I'm like, where are you going? She's like, I'm fine. They let you know you're fine. When they want to deal with you, you're at complete, they don't want you to be scared. And they give you this complete calm. A lot of timestamps over that way. I think that's what I got to do. I got to go that way and check what I was talking about before. These new structures down there. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff to my right. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know what. Just stuff. Movement. I hear like another sound with it. I hear. They're right down there. I don't have a zoom. That's why I haven't done it yet. There's too many trees in the way. So I just started again. Something's going on down there. That tree looks like a face, doesn't it? Even though it's pareidolia. To me, it looks like it's like a big skull or something. I don't know what it looks like on your computer or TV. You guys, look. I know some guy was complaining the other day about the bounciness. You got to understand, guys. We're walking over this stuff all the time. It's almost impossible to keep it like really steady and make time. You know, we're trying to get miles and miles in. You know, if I was working for Discovery Channel and I, you know, could go like this for 2 hours, you know, it'd be different. But I'm trying to cover ground. I feel like I have anxiety in a sense. Like it's not enough. I got to keep going. Not enough. Oh, that was a wood knock. Listen. Oh, another one. Can you hear that? Pop. It's a pop. Something's going on below me. Oh, I know where I gotta go. I'm gonna go back to where where I filmed the Bigfoot. Oh, another one. Bigfoot in the trees. The V tree. Oh, I located the area, and now I just have to go find the V tree. I want to reshoot exactly what happened. It's gonna be a very quick thing. I just want to zoom in there. We're getting all of these timestamps coming from that area. Just, you guys, go to the last video. I get a lot of timestamps out of the YouTube comments, but I mean, these people in YouTube that find these things usually are balls on. That's the wrong word. Dead on. Sorry about that. And you know, you'll see, like, look at, 13 minutes and 17 seconds. You just click on that, it'll take you right to the timestamp. And I'm telling you, these people, and these are the people who are hearing me talk about them right now, are really good. Like, I'm telling you, these people aren't just picking stuff out of the bushes. Like, every time I check a timestamp, there's typically something there. A lot of times I can't pull the picture because it's, like, I see it perfectly, but as soon as you try to get the picture out, it's just going to be blurry, and then you upload again, and then it just becomes this blob, and people are like, what am I looking at? It's like nothing, don't worry about it. Because it's just, it's the internet. Every time you copy and paste a picture, it takes, something away from it, more pixels away, whatever it is, and eventually there's nothing there, or, it's only good on your original. You guys could, my computer is probably worth $10 million. If you guys could see my computer at home, my two PCs I have, with what's really on there, the stills, the in-video HD stuff, like, it's, and then you pull it, and you go to upload it, and it just doesn't, some of them still look good, but just not quite as good. But if you get your hands on my actual PC, you're who knows what you got there. I mean, there's some good stuff there. I'm just too, not lazy, but too ADD to go through it all. I let other people tell me where these pictures are, unless I just see it blatantly. All right. Enough chit chat. I'm going to go this way because I want to go see if those new structures have been erected. I'm not seeing new structures here, really. I'm seeing disturbed areas and footprints. So maybe those old structures are good enough for now. I don't know. Same thing where me and Callie were. All kinds of disturbed stuff, and some new stuff here and there, especially over in the areas where they live, but nothing here. All right, run out. Still making my way. Look over here. Some of you guys have heard me say when they do the parallel trees, like you could put your beer on it and it won't fall off. Well, there you go. How about peanut butter? Perfectly parallel to the ground. So yeah, it does look like it's stepping a little bit because yes, the ground is also doing that. So they'll make it exactly the ground. In this case, is almost perfectly parallel. I know they got off those 3 perches right before I got there. I know it. Which tells me they're right here. Well, I've been here before. I know exactly where I am. Let me show you why. And this is a really unique X. I want you guys to look at this. It's really, really different, if I remember correctly. All right, good. This is good. I'm getting over to a good area. I'm already about a mile walking so far. Oh, okay. It's, you know what? Yeah, in the picture, you get this one that goes up, and it looked like it was almost boxed. But it still is a little unusual because it's an X right in front of a tree, which is kind of weird to me. But it's clearly them, an X with a trident, and with another trident on the other side. Come on, this is them. And for some reason, like I said, I think the number one meaning means here. Something like's there, or used to. 2 lingers right behind it. I haven't seen a thing yet. This is a great place to catch, like, out of the corner of your eye. See these hallways? I think they know. Like, I've been getting pictures of them and stuff. Like, they're being, so far this year, it's been really hard on me. I mean, it's only my third time at high elevation, but usually I'm getting a visual, you know, something out of the corner of my eye. They do it like way in the distance, and I know they're messing with me. I know they're letting me see them, and they do it like in this magical way. It's bizarre. It's almost like they know when I'm looking without looking at me. Like they can use my brain against me somehow. This place is very cool. I'm trying to keep this. Oh, there's a jungle gym. Oh yeah, big jungle gym. I'm trying to keep this camera as steady as I can today. This is it. I mean, this is as good as it gets. You know, and that'll improve, guys. That, you know, this anti-shake technology is coming out in all the new cameras, or a lot of new cameras, and even cell phones now. I think the HTC 10 is the first. Correct me if I'm wrong. The first cell phone to have that, and I think most cameras it'll be a pretty common, you know, add-on pretty soon. I think. So you can kind of be like this, and somehow just sort of keep it steady without doing stabilization. I don't stabilize, guys, when I upload the videos because it makes them too blurry. All right, give me a minute. That's very Bigfooty, I think. I think I'm right, guys, about all those structures on the ground. I can't tell yet. I'm starting to get there now, but it's looking like it to me. You gotta see the walkway of like, that was walked on today that I'm actually following right now. It's incredible. Look, it's so obvious. Like, I don't need to convince anyone of Bigfoot. I really don't. And that's not what I'm doing. I like the people that, oh, look, here, let me try to explain it. I know I just talk in circles. It's so important, though. The people that I connect with are people, it just happens. It's not like I made a decision to connect with them. It's just an immediate happening. They're people that have had this inkling. You know, there's like a nudging at you your entire life. It's almost like you've always known. You know, you always knew about these guys. You were supposed to know about them. Certain people aren't. And I'm telling you, you know, I don't even know if it's a good thing, to be honest with you, but certain people, oh, look, here's more. Little pieces around their perch. You know what I mean? Certain people were meant for this, others not. I can't explain it beyond that. Yeah, and there's other people that just didn't have that inkling and ended up coming over to the dark side, but there's certain people. I'll tell you a quick story. I was talking to, as I walk, these two girls today as I went in the store. And they're like, I was like, do you believe in Bigfoot? She's like, oh my God, yes. Usually I get no. You know, like, what are you talking about? Look at that. And the other one didn't. She was like, and I was like, you know, she's like, well, I've always had this feeling that something's watching me behind my mom's house, and this is up in Colorado. And I was like, well, you're probably right. They probably were. She's like, I've always known, but I don't know what to do. I was like, just turn on my channel and, you know, go to the pictures. So she's like, she wrote it all down. I'm telling you, this girl is going to be, I forget her name. I don't even think I knew her name to begin with, but, you know, she's going to be all over this. This is the type of girl, and it could be a guy, whatever, that, you know, just had this little inkling their whole lives and always knew something was up. You know, not even necessarily Sasquatch, just something's going on I need to find out about. And I know probably 99% of the people that are listening to me say this have had the same thing, you know, and that's why you're here. And that's why I'm somewhere else watching someone else's video, or this is why we do this, because there is something else. And I'm telling you, you wait, that girl, she's going to be, we'll bring her out here one day just to show you. I have a feeling she's going to be into this and send me a message. She's like 25 years younger than me. But I was like, you know, me and Jen or Callie or Dan will bring her out. Because I like bringing a couple females because they go nuts in here. They attack Jen in here. It was incredible. They're just all over her. Invisible, like by the pine trees. The pine trees are all moving at the bottoms and getting stuck on them as they walk by, and happen to us right next to us. Ooh, I got a big wood knock. Let's go this way. Okay, so look. It starts to get really good over here. Something does not want me to walk up there. I can feel it in my bones. Like I'm doing it anyway. I'm getting that feeling like I did when I saw the Bigfoot. I swore I would ignore it. So I feel like they're doing something to me. So I really didn't want to walk here right now. There's something telling me to go that way. I know it sounds crazy. So I'm fighting it and I'm going this way. Because I know this is something special over here. This is brand new in here. None of this stuff was here before. It was all on the ground, just like all this, guys. Look at it. See, this is what I'm telling you. All that stuff was on the ground last year. I was talking about me and Dan GPSing and all that. Well, unfortunately, I barely have Dan this year. He's working like 7 days a week. He's kind of like the boss over there now. Family comes first. Oh man, this is all brand new. Look at the perches in between. This is where I get this crazy feeling right now. Not to be. Oh yeah. Look at this. Okay, this is the same type of thing I've been showing you this year. Here's the one leaning in front. This is part of their language. Okay, as promised. Here's all that. I don't know if, now this is, I'm talking to, you know, a select amount of people, whoever's watching this stuff last year. End of the summer mostly. In fall, I came in here, and we were really talking about documenting the GPS, like showing you literally, like, look, here's the coordinates, here's this structure, like this is the way it used to look. I got cobwebs, can I see it? I walk through this stuff all the time. Here's what it used to look like. Here, show you the coordinates. I'm not trying, I know everyone believes me, so I'm not trying to prove it, but I think it would just be kind of cool to see that, you know, just for extra, like, oh my God, he really is telling the truth. But it's just too complicated, and we have too many places now. And you know, if this was my one spot, of course, I would go nuts on it and just be in here all the time doing experiments. But since I have 50 now or so, I'm not even exaggerating. Look at that! Look at that bend. Sorry, look at that bend. What is up with that? I mean, that is. You may never see another bend that's that perfect. That's incredible. I'm trying to do this fast because I want to go somewhere else. And now that I'm freaking an hour in here, I think I can get out faster than that, though. I can get out of here in about 20 minutes, half hour, and then go. I'm gonna go higher and do a little investigation of where I'm going. So do you see what's going on here? Look at this. Now I could walk over there, but maybe hopefully I can show you over here in the way. I don't want to go that way yet. First of all, look at that X. And then you got all of that deadfall, like I just showed you to the right here, is starting to come up. You see that? Look at that one, how it meets up there. I just noticed that. See that? I mean, are you guys on board with me here? I mean, do you see what's going on here? I don't know. I seriously don't know. I don't know why there's any other discussion about Sasquatch. I don't get it. Like, besides, like, what do they do or this or that? Like, there's not even a discussion. There shouldn't be a discussion on whether they're real or not. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, why are you not just all looking at this? You know what I mean? Look how that thing is bent. Like, seriously. Self-proclaimed. I'm just telling you right now, I have proven Bigfoot. It's done. Whew, thank God I can start playing video games again. It's over. Grand Theft Auto, here I come. I'm going to run over some old ladies in Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so here we go. I'm kidding. I like you old ladies. My best people, my best buddies are grannies. Right, granny to granny? I think it's granny to granny. I'm a granny. So when I make fun of old people, you guys, you have to understand, I'm kind of like never really matured, so I think I'm like 10. But I'm no spring chicken, you know, so I just make myself feel better when I make fun of my elders. And it's always in good fun. I'm not making fun of old people. I have all the respect in the world. Look at this perch. Even Dan, all you guys are going to freak out. Dan, you've never seen this, and you know exactly where I am. I'm at that far corner of that, you know, the one spot. We don't have a name for this. We just call it Holy Cross Wilderness here. This was the first spot I found, so I don't even know how to. He knows where I am now. Just by watching the video. I told him I was coming up. I always tell Dan, or Jen, because just in case I don't come back, someone knows where to look. Okay, so they're not giving me any distinct, like, just so, like, to acknowledge me directly stuff. But I have been hearing, not since I left that area. When I was telling you guys I put that in, they were making all this noise below. It was them, I know it was. But not noise that they were like blatantly trying to make me hear. It was like their own, they don't care. They do whatever they're doing. If they're making noise, it's like whatever. They don't even care because they know I don't know what's going on. But since then, a couple little things, but so all this stuff has changed in here. I'm trying to figure out where I am. See how it's all coming up now? It's not crazy coming up, but it is. I mean, look. They were doing like little things. I got next to it. Let's just see. Let's just go back. Excuse me. And then again, besides with Jen, unless I'm not thinking, Dan might tell you differently, we don't get the crazy interactions at this one. It depends, you know. It's like a neighborhood, you guys. It's the same exact thing. You know, drive into some neighborhoods, people like stare at you like they want to kill you just because they know you're not living. They don't live in that neighborhood. What are you doing here? You got every one of you knows what I'm talking about, and every one of you has had one of those neighbors at some point or another. Just some jerk that's like. And I think it's the same thing here in a sense. Like, some are very friendly. Some want to know all about you and hang out with you as close as they can without breaking their rules. Others want you to come in. They want to hear your reaction. They want you to see this. The stuff they do is so important to them. These bends and these things. This is so important to have someone come in here and go, this is so beautiful, you guys. I love this. I'm almost 100% on that one. That means everything to them. And that's what I've been told over and over by mediums. Mark, they want you to film their structures. They're asking you to. They're telling, that's the gift they gave you. But stop trying to get their faces. I told you guys this. I truly believe that's the truth. They've even told it to me the other day. Like, just gave me like this. I thought it was my own idea type of thing, but it's them. Because I was asking, please, let me see you guys today. And then all of a sudden you get this like strong idea. That's the best way I can put it. It just comes boom like a ton of bricks. You think you're thinking it. But it's not. You're not. All right, like, you know, instead of, I got to go that way, but I keep seeing like crazy perches. I'm hoping here's the trick. So here's when I get my best stuff a lot of times. I'm being totally honest with you guys, okay? There's not too much skill involved in getting them to react to you. A lot of times, if you can walk on the right approach, like let's just say they decided to cloak over here, and I'm walking right at them without even knowing it, that's when you start to get action. So like say that tree there, you know, there's a ball of them cloaked, like in a pine tree or something, and I'm walking right at it by accident, you'll get your crazy reactions over here, or whistles or something going on somewhere else. So you turn, and now they have time to leave. It's happened to me many times, and a couple times so bad, so close that we don't remember. We have no memory of it. They erased our memory completely. And I saw it on the video. I was like, oh my God, I don't remember that. Dan doesn't remember it. That's happened to us multiple times. So I wonder how many times does that happen that I don't know about? Because if I hadn't had video, I wouldn't have remembered. It's not amnesia. It's just like like a data removal sort of, or it's like a piece of tape. They put it over that memory, and it's very easily accessed. It's not like it was erased. It's just that, you know, one little inkling or one vision of that moment will bring it right back to you. So that's the best way I can explain it. God, sometimes I think I'm crazy, but this is the truth, you guys. I swear to God to you guys, I will never, ever lie to you. Okay? I promise, swear to God. It'll never happen. I'll never lie or tell you something that's wrong on this video, unless I'm just wrong, you know. But I usually tell you, look at this. You see how crazy this is in here? Looks like they just started. The crazy part is, I think it used to end right here, and it's starting to push way left. They're making it bigger. You see, they have all these spots. Can you go over there? Face recognition again. All right, let's see if this works. Why is it hovering in that pine tree? Why is it in the pine tree? I can see the pine tree. Why is it so dark on the outside? Believe it or not, that's what you got to look for. It might not even be that like blatant, like just some kind of a weird darkness, you know, in the trees. They have, sometimes it's an unusually big darkness, and they're all together. That's one of the things I'm always looking for. Sometimes you won't see that darkness until you look in the camera lens. This whole thing, whatever they do, here's the one thing I'm almost sure of, you guys. Whatever ability they have, whenever it was developed, you know, 10 years ago or 10 million years ago, it was clearly developed based on us. Because why else would you have to be invisible? Who else are you hiding from besides us? And if they're fighting each other invisible, then that's got to be really frustrating. You know, I do believe there's internal issues as well. I'm almost sure. It could only be why they mark these areas like this. All right, over now. All right, so what I'm doing is, before I go, let me see how much time this takes. I could be in here all day. But I want to, oh, there's a deer. I knew I heard something. That just freaked me out, you guys. I saw fur, everything. He's doing something. Someone tells me they swears these things morph into deer. The mule deer are the only animals you really ever see on their structures. I think that they don't eat them. So anyway, I don't know if you can see them, but there was at least two deer. This is all changing, you guys. I don't know how many videos I've done in here. This is one of my main Holy Cross places. So I got this new wallow here. I'm not even going to waste my time or yours on the simple wallows, but it's new, which is cool. I'm also seeing lots of disturbed areas. Me and Callie and Dan did a video in here in the wintertime. We didn't get very far because it was so deep and Dan was having trouble. But we were right here, and I was like, you guys, you got to see the ground here. Look, here's more of the burnt stuff. I'm not even convinced that's from a fire. Oh man, I might be in here all day. Look at this. This is, I mean, man, I don't recognize this. I don't recognize Bigfoot universe. I'll do my best to really keep this camera. Look at this little wallow. Brand new. Oh man, do I feel it in here. It was weird. As soon as I got on this wallow, I started getting goosebumps. Wow. Okay, so I have a feeling. I think I was bragging last year. I'm like, this deadfall will be structures, because especially here, I see how they lay them out. They look like a Lego. It's like one of those $5 Lego sets you buy that only makes a certain thing. They lay that out. It's over there, and I'll bet you There were so many of them laid out. I bet you when I get to that end later, it'll be all new. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh my God, you guys, this is the best perches I've ever seen in my life. Look how disturbed they are. There's one there. There's one there, one there. I mean, this is dug in, disturbed. Oh yeah, I got a footprint right there. See it? Hey you guys, I love your new stuff. It's awesome. This place is so awesome. My God, I know they're right here. I have never seen such blatant trampling in my life than I have here. It's they're literally dug in. How exciting is that? Look at that. Man, I hope that's coming out on camera. But that is dug. How exciting is that? I tell you, when you see them, or when you get like just blatant footprints, forget about these gorgeous structures, like, you know, because you see so many of them. But when you get the real stuff like this, you know, this isn't deer, you guys. This is not an animal. If there was, you would see hoof prints. You would see where they were. You know, these areas are fluffed. You know, they get up and they go. Whoosh. I think it's something they do without even thinking about it. Like, even if they were just sitting here now, which looks like it's very possible. You know, they knew I was coming in. Boom. Fluff and turn invisible. Whatever you gotta do. They hate that I use this camera. If I was just walking nearby on my own, think about where I'd be by now with these guys. I think it would be a lot further. Okay, so initially I'm just seeing a lot of this, you know, like new stuff. I'm not seeing any like beautiful erected structures yet. But I'm seeing all their blockage and hangouts. Man, that was incredible over there. That was incredible to see those 3 dugout perches that were, I swear to God to you guys, that were being used like a couple minutes before I got here. You can tell because, I think I did it the other day, when you go like this, you know, it makes it darker. It's kind of wet. Oh, I'm just going to have to sit in here today. I can't tell you the excitement I woke up with today about coming here. I was like, I couldn't wait to go. I love when these guys come with me, but there's something I accomplish alone that I can't really explain. I just get further. I can push. There's no time restrictions. I can, you know, push it to the max, basically. I'll stay out. I'll be in these woods for 14 hours today without food. If that's what it takes. Let's see what happens. I did want to go to another spot, but I'm seeing some unbelievable activity in here. I mean, really, really good. The crazy thing is, I don't recognize any of it. I recognize this. Look at this bend. Because I kind of consider this the entrance, even though they have lots of perches out in front of it. You walk through that arch. This incredible, beautiful arch. Look, there's like nothing there. Come in here, then you got exits and all the structures and stuff starts. That was exciting to see those perches, you guys. That is so exciting. Thank God the rest of the world doesn't know, you know, because if they knew, if everybody knew for a fact, they're like, oh my God, this would all be over. These guys would move deep. You know, people from the Bronx were coming in here going, yo, Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Bunch of idiots drinking beers and stuff, screaming and yelling. You know, that would just destroy everything that is going on here. So in a sense, it's good. But if people really knew what I had, you know, literally Bigfoot's right here. Sometimes I have to remind myself, like punch myself in the side of the head. Like, is it real? Do you really see Bigfoots? Do you really film all this stuff? Because it's that crazy. It's that unbelievable, you guys. This is real. Oh man, I am so into like I have no idea which way to go. Starting to get good this way. See, you're starting to see the ground stuff. You know, X there with some weird thing. There's 3 perches out front that were just used today. It was just, see, I've been seeing a lot of this where it was like done last year. But when you see it where they were there, 3 of them, at least, minutes before, or not, maybe seconds before you got there. That's an incredible thing. I've never pushed straight up here. There's a transition. Don't worry, we're going to get to the structures. There's a transition at the top that you can, a couple hundred more yards, all of a sudden it just ends, and there's absolutely nothing. And I've never pushed up through that transition up to the mountains above, which to me have to be really good. We're always saying, oh, I'm always saying, no, they're up, they're up, they're up. And they are, but they're also down as well. I don't know. I can't quite figure it out. You know, and I'm like, oh, perch here, perch there, and there always is, but that might just be a perch for this area. You know, it doesn't mean this area is watching out for the area like that's a mile above. I just don't know. I'd have to do some sitting down today and some zooming. Dan's like, just sit down, shut up for an hour. So I'll try. I'm not going to do that till I get the right spot. I'm not getting to any of the real structures yet. I don't see them. All right, give me a minute. This is incredible. You know, you come in here, you're Jen, and they're all over you. I come in here, this is my 10th time in here. Nothing. I never get anything in here. Nothing. I personally believe it's the leadership. That's what I believe. Because there's obviously, there's many. So out of many, you're always going to have one that wants to run up to you and give you a hug. You know, or whatever, wants to interact or follow you around and just be your friend. And I believe the bosses, that's it. It's a family type boss, but I'm almost sure that you don't do what he doesn't say. And I get that same feeling, and they've kind of told me that in Bigfoot Universe. There's some days it's not for me. They're doing something else. This is not the day for the human. Let them walk around, do the structures. They may put 1 or 2 of them on me to make sure I don't go anywhere or do something stupid, but that's it. I really think I'm right on that. And I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to prove me wrong, so yeah, I'm right. Something like that, you know. Alright, these are long clips today, sorry about that. No real action, just structures, and I'm hoping I'm going to where that'll happen right now. We got so many timestamps in the same area that I filmed Bigfoot, so a Bigfoot in a V-tree. Most of you have seen the pictures or seen the video. It's very strange and it's hard to explain. I almost didn't put that video up because it's like I'm on LSD or something. This has all been, if you don't believe me, look, that's pretty darn fresh right there. So there is new stuff going on here, but I'll tell you, a lot of it doesn't look new because it was just picked off the ground like that, you know, like, so not a lot of new as far as trees go, but some, like that one. They're hanging out. Damn, I wonder how, I think I'm coming out way too low, so I gotta walk back up the hill. That was worth it. All right, let's go film some Bigfoots. Over now. That is one big bend, you guys. That is one big monster bend. Wow. Okay, so here's one thing that's really neat. I'm trying to do this fast because I want to go to another spot. I've been here for hours. Down here. I don't know how I'll put the video together, but I was mentioning that below there's this transition, and they do make whistles, and there's a different type of being over there or something, and to get to the next, what I call like world or area, it used to be able to walk through there, and I'm already seeing right in these woods a transition of like activity. There used to be able to walk right through there, and there was nothing. It was just like regular woods, and I'm seeing all kinds of stuff in there. So that's telling me, like, they're, you know, who knows, like they're expanding. Look at the size of this thing. I'm not going to walk up there and show you. Just trust me, but that whole entire thing is being held up That the biggest tree there that comes out from over there. See this one? Those two, or one tree, I think, or another 2 trees. And one is a V at the end, the big one, and it's wedged up behind that clump of trees, and that's how that whole thing is staying up. It's pretty huge and amazing. Another path there, the latent path. Doesn't that look like a person's path, like through a park? Like they do the same thing with their landscapes and their paths. Oh my goodness, look at this. This has never been here before. Let me give you Dan's cell phone number, all right? This way you can call Dan. Be like, Dan, is he telling the truth? Because Dan will tell you. Dan's not here to back me up. I yell at Dan all the time because he doesn't get it sometimes. I'm like, Dan, idiot. But, you know, he'll tell you this wasn't here. Dan, I'm in that forest way below, you know, so we walk in over there. We always walk in, and then we're in that whole area, you know, whatever. Take your spot. So now I'm way down. Me and you were down there in the snow, remember? Way down. We came in from the other way, and all of this stuff wasn't here. I mean, I got some really good structures here. Look at that. Bummer I don't have my cell phone. It's in my car. It better be in my car. If this is a $900 day for me, I'm going to be really upset. You guys, I spend sometimes more in one day on my Bigfooting than I make all month between Patreon and YouTube. So I don't want to hear... No one's ever said that to me, but I don't want to ever hear anything about, oh, you want money for this? It's like, no, I don't want money for this, but I do need it because I want to do this every day. Let me tell you, it becomes a job. You guys come out here 1,000 times, and after a while, you're like, man, my job is so much easier. You just go there, wait till look at the clock, and leave. This is hard work. So yeah, why not make money doing it? Why not get to know them, do it right? If I had money, look at that. You know, if I had a few million in the bank, are you kidding me? I wouldn't let anyone give me $1. Who wants, come on, you guys, you know how it is. Who wants money? Who wants to put their hand out and have someone be like, here? So please, I mean, maybe there's people like that, but I am not. That's the last thing I want is someone to help me. You know, but this is a different thing, and there are lots of people, you know, that have been supporting me, telling me, like, shut up, dude. Just take the money. Like, let's push this further. Okay, see in there? There's bleeding. Spot. This is all brand new. I've never seen I think some of this stuff was laying on the ground. Like, you know, this deadfall was here, but not the structures. I'm kind of regretting leaving the peanut butter. My new thing is, like, I'm not going to do any real gifting. Not that was real gifting, but I know they love that. And Jeff, you know, that was a nice thing of peanut butter. I'd rather give it to the ones that interact with me, you know, the ones that clearly let me know they're my friends. I don't think these are not my friends. This place, they have incredible stuff, but they don't give me the time of day here. I'm way too low. You know what, I'm going through here. This is too nice. I mean, you can see that this isn't just a few. This is like an entire colony of them, with the amount of hangouts they have. Look at the wood, you guys. I mean, damn, I'm gonna have to go in there too one day. You're not gonna be able to really see, but I think you'll get an idea that there's something going on there. X right there. I can't believe that. I mean, what's weird is, right? Here's what's something weird. Sorry I have to talk so much, but this stuff just comes to me in here. I don't have one thing to say until I get in here. All right, look, they're clearly, you see trees they've manipulated 30 years ago, 40 years ago. They've clearly been here forever. Why now are they just getting to here? You know, there's a place that's they've been at forever down there. There's a place they've been at, you know, where I just came from. Wow, that's new. Look, big tree, brand new. Pushing over a little one. That's them. Look, there's another one on top of it. You know they pushed it over when there's another brand new one right on top of it. You just know. You know it's them. Look at this whole area. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, but, yeah. Why this year? Are they closing the gap with tons of work? See, I'm usually 100 yards. Let's just go with 100 yards or two above me, and that's where all their stuff was. It was never in here. Not really. Like little things. Not like that. You know. So why all of a sudden are they getting like really, really blatant, like really crazy, like obvious, and doing further expansions? And I really feel like something's going on in their world. Like, you know, at some point, you know, they're going to come back or something. That's what I keep thinking. Like, I'm in here for a reason. You know, I'm slowly helping to break something there. Like, break the news to everyone or something. You know, and who knows with them? Let's just say I'm right. Who knows what that time frame is? It could be a week, or it could be, you know, 100 years. They are so patient, autistically patient. It's almost ridiculous. And I've been told over and over and over, even by them in my head, come back at night. If that's the interaction you want, you need to be here at night. I was just told that last week, 2 weeks ago. All right, see how green it is? I don't know how many more perches I can show you, but I'm almost sure I can show you more than anybody in the world. Just trying to make myself feel good. Okay. If it ever sounds like I'm bragging, guys, it's because I have nothing else to brag about. So if I'm ever talking shit, like, yeah, my structures are bad, like meaning good, that's because I got nothing else to brag about. So give me something, right? And they're not my structures, that's the thing. That's why I tell people, I've been starting to tell people, like, those are the mark, you have the most amazing pictures and structures. And I'm like, I want to say thank you, but I'm like, I'll tell them you said so, because I can't take any credit. I guess I can take some credit for finding them, but, you know, I have nothing to do with them being made, as far as I know. God, we need, like, to sit right here. Just an HD video of how that got like that. That's all I want. I don't ask for much, you guys. Just this right here. Watching how that erected. Now here's the crazy part. What if, I don't think this is true. I'm just making this up as a joke, but what if you were watching this right now and it was all happening and you didn't see anything? You just literally watched the trees be put in place. What would you think then? All right, just getting out to the edge of the forest. Now, I walked in right there, okay? You can see, here's the edge. Get an angle on that one. There's footprints. They have these blatant lookouts right here. Now, listen, we call them lookouts. They might just want to sit here on every single place they have in Colorado for some reason and just be close. I'm not sure. Or it is a lookout. Like, they were sitting there when I pulled up. Right there's my car. Right there. And, you know, they just sit right here. There's no doubt about it. It's all, I can see footprints. Like, it's crazy. Some little ones, too. Right there, right there. There's a really good one here. I'm going to put my foot in it if I can find it again. Where'd it go? I don't know, somewhere. You might be seeing it on the camera. Oh, look at there. There it is. See right there? It's so good. And over to my right here, let me turn the camera off. I'll go down there. All right, that's really cool. Dan's gonna be blown away by these perches. I mean, we didn't see them that blatant last year. This year they are they're clearing them, but they're not doing it perfectly, and there's footprints all over them. You know, like I said, nothing you're gonna pour or take to a scientist, which I won't do anyway. Someone said the other day, like, Mark, why aren't you filling those with plaster and sending them? I was like, are you kidding me? Why would I film? I know what they're from. I know what my 1,000 hair samples are from. I know what my 15,000 structures are from. I know what these perches are from. With hand marks, with pine cones, with little toys. Like, I mean, so why would I send anything anywhere for some idiot in a lab that has no idea what he's doing when it comes to this? Tell me that. So yeah, I got nothing to prove to anyone, especially myself. I know exactly what those footprints are from. I know exactly what makes those little perches and what makes all of this. And what just whistled to my right. I know exactly what that is. So I don't need some idiot that's never been out of a white lab coat in his life telling me that this is an unknown species, or it's unknown. And I just paid him $1,000 to tell me that. No shit, it's unknown. It's like, so that's why I'm not going to send anything. All new, brand new. So that's why I wanted to check this out. And it kind of is the beginning. So here you go. This is a transition I talked to. This is still the transition here. Deeper that way, it's not anymore. And then boom. So here's the beginning of the not transition if you were walking up towards me. And they literally give you their entrance. That's it. It's brand new. They used to have a better one. It's gone now. There it is. Wow, it's completely down. You can barely see it. It's right there. And you had a duck underneath it. It was the same thing, except that you didn't have as much to it. You only go through this little tiny entrance. And that's all down now. And you can see clearly there's another hangout there. I feel like they do sit there in those spots watching the woods, waiting for other Sasquatch to prevent them from coming in or whatever the reason. Everyone's definitely going to think I'm crazy after today's video. Like I told you guys, I'll never lie to you. Some of these are just conclusions, but they're pretty obvious ones. I mean, this is what I think pretty much anyone would come up with after being in here for a long time. That's where we're smart, you know. We can't just look at this and figure it out, but we're good with repetition. We're good at learning over time. You know, we're very intuitive in that sense. Like we can, you know, we need repetition to learn. You know, that's why we use, you know, word association sometimes to learn, you know, a meaning of something, because we are smart, but we're just confused. Find that a little interesting as well. Very interesting. These mean something. They care about them so much. All right. I could spend literally the rest of my life in those woods and never stop filming stuff. Over and out.